Crossing the stream, he digs a foundation and lays stone borders. He drives wooden stakes deep into the earth and assembles crossbeams with traditional mortise joints to raise the basic shelter frame. He weaves a conical bamboo trap and places it in the stream to catch fish. After securing fresh fish and crabs, he cooks them over a stone stove under his newly built bamboo shelter. He finally enjoys a hearty meal. Clearing dead leaves and thick vines on the steep slope, the survivor begins the grueling task of land reclamation. Wielding a long-handled mattock and slashing through dense weeds with a sharp machete, he exposes the dark, fertile soil hidden beneath. This is not mere surface cleaning, but a brutal, exhausting war against the deep-rooted wilderness. With every powerful swing, he pries up buried tree roots and heavy stones, systematically transforming the chaotic overgrowth into a highly workable construction site for his future shelter. The ground, once wild and untamed, now yields to his persistent efforts. He hauls massive bundles of cut vegetation to the valley edge, discarding debris to clear the workspace. Standing on the cleared ground, he catches his breath before facing the deeper challenge, swinging the mattock fiercely into stubborn soil. He breaks the hardened crust to reveal damp, workable earth for the next phase. Gripping a heavy iron sledgehammer, he targets the massive boulder obstructing the primary building site, delivering crushing, repetitive blows to the rock's natural fault lines. He shatters the stubborn obstacle into highly usable fragments. This is not just mindless demolition, but the strategic harvesting of essential raw building materials. Sorting the broken stones into neat, categorized piles, he turns a frustrating natural impediment into the very foundation of his future shelter, carving a precise, shallow trench along a perfectly straight line. The survivor transitions from rough clearing to meticulous structural engineering. Stretching a tight measuring string between wooden stakes, he establishes a strict horizontal baseline for the entire foundation. Placing the first flat stone block carefully below the guideline, he packs wet soil tightly into the surrounding gaps. Such rigorous calibration ensures the massive structure will remain perfectly level and exceptionally stable. Transporting the final heavy stone slabs, he completes the crucial closure of the foundation trench, aligning a massive dark stone precisely with the yellow baseline. He begins stacking the second layer with carefully staggered joints. This interlocking technique is not merely for visual aesthetics, but serves as a vital structural choice to distribute weight evenly across the base. Digging hard soil from the adjacent slope, he prepares the backfill material to heavily reinforce the newly erected stone wall. The methodical precision displayed here underscores his deep understanding of foundational stability. returning with a remarkably straight bamboo pole. The survivor uses it as a precise reference to pinpoint the exact locations for the main structural pillars. Digging carefully at each marked spot, he deepens the holes significantly to accommodate the massive timber loads that will support the shelter. Clearing out the remaining dirt and rocks by hand, he ensures every single foundation pit is perfectly shaped and ready. These meticulously dug holes will soon bear the entire immense weight of the wooden framework above. He shoulders a colossal heavy log down the steep slope with immense effort. After dropping it, he retrieves 2 more giant trunks from the forest. 3 massive timbers now lie arranged in neat rows on the flat ground. The survivor crouches beside them, drawing his sharp machete to begin stripping the rough bark. This display of raw strength delivers the core structural materials, marking the true beginning of the main construction phase. Peeling away the rough outer bark, he reveals the smooth, natural grain of the high-quality timber. Standing the processed logs upright, he uses a bamboo pole to check their vertical and marks the precise cutting points. Wielding a yellow hand saw, he cuts through the thick wood with steady, highly rhythmic strokes. This meticulous preparation effectively transforms raw forest timber into standardized load-bearing building components. Sawdust sprays like a fountain as the sharp blade bites deep into the dense, hard wood. Lifting a heavy 20-centimeter pillar, he carefully maneuvers it to the edge of the platform. Raising the massive column with sheer arm strength, he slots it perfectly into the redug foundation hoe. Tamping the base firmly, he secures the first vertical support, establishing the definitive height and structural posture for the entire shelter framework. Straddling the main beam, he drills precise holes and inserts hand-carved wooden pegs, locking the joints without a single iron nail. Leaping down gracefully, he steps back to inspect the flawless interlocking skeletal structure. Selecting smaller branches, he trims the ends meticulously and assembles them into an A-frame on the ground. Preparing the roof truss in advance, he ensures the next phase of construction will proceed with absolute unyielding precision. With rhythmic mallet strikes, he drives wooden pegs to lock the framework's peak. As the roof skeleton finally closes, sunlight filters through the beams, highlighting the primitive beauty of the structure. Wiping dust from his hands, the survivor steps back to gaze upward. The intense tension of heavy labor slowly gives way to a deep, well-earned sense of accomplishment. Returning to the verdant woodland, he halts before a dense thicket of emerald bamboo, carefully eyeing the most robust and mature combs for his shelter. With a powerful swing of his machete, he strikes the base, felling the towering green stalks with crisp, resonant cracks that echo through the trees. Dragging the heavy timber from the grove, it grinds against the earth, leaving deep scars in its wake as he pulls it free. He then stands a section upright and splits it cleanly down the center, revealing an explosive burst of raw physical strength. This efficient harvest yields the essential flat panels required to fully enclose and secure his primitive refuge against the elements. Leveraging the blade with precision, he peels the bamboo into layers of remarkably uniform thickness. He carefully sorts the strips, selecting the longest pieces to serve as the primary structural frame while reserving the others for the lateral weave. His fingers move with rhythmic dexterity, interlacing the materials into a tight expanding grid that forms the sturdy body of the trap. Rising to his feet, he reinforces the upper rim with steady practiced motions, completing a highly effective device designed to maximize the catch in the flowing stream. He lifts the finished trap, rotating it slowly to inspect the fine craftsmanship, glowing in the bright sunlight. Shouldering the massive cone, he treks briskly back into the deep green forest. Wading into the rushing stream, he positions the trap's wide opening directly against the strongest, fastest current, piling heavy stones around the base to anchor it firmly. He ensures the device remains completely immovable against the water's immense force. This strategic placement guarantees a steady supply of fresh protein for the coming days. He makes a final adjustment to the stone dam, directing the stream into the trap. Stepping from the water, he covers the bamboo cone with wild grass. This careful camouflage blends the structure with the riverbed, hiding the barrier from any passing fish. Hoisting a long bamboo pole onto the roof's sloping beam, he balances carefully on the fixed logs. Pulling the handsaw, he cuts through the thick bamboo with a harsh grating sound. Once severed, he embeds a machete into the top and strikes it with a wooden mallet to split the tube along its natural grain. This rapid on-site processing efficiently turns round poles into flat interlocking rooftops. He peels away the split bamboo, transforming the curved cylinder into a long, flat board. Running the blade horizontally, he swiftly scrapes away the stubborn inner nodes, smoothing the surface to ensure a tight fit. He processes the material into quality building panels, looking around at the pile of finished boards. The survivor feels a quiet satisfaction with his progress. Locking a V-grooved bamboo piece at the highest point of the ridge, he guarantees absolute waterproofing at the peak. Stacking the green bamboo strips row by row, the walls rapidly extend upwards to enclose the space. Carrying heavy materials inside, he reinforces the internal beams and columns for maximum structural stability. Embedding the final wall panel, he completes the enclosure, turning a mere skeleton into a fully functional weatherproof shelter that stands ready against the harsh elements. Reaching into the cold stream, he grabs the bamboo trap securely wedged and the rock crevices. Shaking the cone vigorously, he spills a bountiful catch of silver fish and crabs onto the gravel. Gathering the struggling prey, he arranges them neatly on a large moist leaf. This abundant harvest definitively proves the effectiveness of his earlier engineering efforts and secures a rich protein source for his upcoming meal preparation today. Using the back of his knife, he scales the fish with practiced ease before carefully slicing open their bellies. After thoroughly rinsing them in the clear stream, he arranges the cleaned catch neatly upon a fresh green leaf. with the empty trap slung securely over his shoulder, and the leaf held steady in one hand. He begins to climb the steep slope back to camp. Inside the bamboo hut, he places the food on a ventilated stone table, keeping it safe from insects while he prepares to cook. Clearing a space for the stove, he moves several heavy flat stones to test their structural stability. Piling fine bamboo shavings in the core, he sparks the lighter to ignite the dry fuel. As the flames begin to dance, the warm glow brightly illuminates the camp. This successful fire not only promises a hot meal, but also brings a crucial sense of comfort and security to the wilderness night, transforming the cold darkness into a sanctuary of warmth and hope for the survivor. Opening his weathered canvas bag, the survivor carefully pours rice into the black iron pot. He then adds fresh fish and crabs, sliding them in with a large green leaf. Placing the heavy lid on, he sets the pot securely over the roaring fire, which is supported by giant stones. Once the broth begins to boil vigorously, he reveals the steam and adds a handful of colorful wild plant stems. This meticulous cooking process that transforms raw foraged ingredients into a nourishing, hearty stew, effectively elevating mere survival into a true culinary experience amidst the wild.